Hello guys, welcome to episode 36 of DM Podcast. It was a belter today, it was really fun. Thanks to Mick and Mark for actually helping me out on the podcast once again. You gang are legends. Now listen, today we were talking about the big changes. That's the car tax and how that's going to affect the taxi trade. Really big changes. It's going to be heavy, Talking about EVs versus diesels, the pros and cons, which is pretty cool. And also, is Uber a valid part-time job or is a full-time job? Which is better and why? Listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go check out my Instagram at DriverMatty and definitely go check out drivermatty.com. All things me. Or just the services, you got DM shop, the news blog, everything else, do you know what I mean? But listen, thanks for all love and support to the channel. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy the cheeky little podcast today. Thank you. Bye. So how's it going anyway, boys? Mark, you look distracted. You okay? What are you doing, playing your phone?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my holiday.
It's podcast time.
I know. I do apologise.
Go on, I was saying, your airport is quieted up, Mark. Have you been out on Uber much? You haven't been on Uber much? Stop it.
I have been out. I've been really quiet with the airports, I know, the last couple of weeks. Weren't supposed to have one today, but I took one on this afternoon at 6:30 land, so.
What PM?
So it's going to be a late one.
Early mornings, don't you?
What's he doing?
I don't know. Getting dressed, I think.
Sounds like he's smashing the lot up.
Women.
2025, Nick, you can't say that, mate. Yeah, so what's been pretty quiet, Mark, has it, yeah? Have you done any Uber lately?
You
do some after the podcast?
Did a couple of hours Saturday. Yeah, majority of Uber last week because obviously I only had 3 or 4 airports last week, so I did about 5-6 hours a day on Uber last week. Did a Heathrow Saturday morning.
Nice.
Got back, did a couple of hours on Uber. I had yesterday off.
Lovely. Look at Mark having a day off. Never been prouder, man. Never been prouder. Nice. Go to the comments there quick. Morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not watching on TikTok, feel free to come over on YouTube and come leave us a comment as I say hello. We've gone through a couple of them already. But have you noticed that Uber rates have dropped in the past week? Ahmed have said. Also regarding rider adding stops or changing destination isn't imposed on us and we have no saying. Why does Uber not change the process and ask us to accept or reject the change? What do you think? I'll be honest, Ahmed. I think it's just because we can't just... What?
They're in your car, aren't they?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit... Like, imagine a woman, like, oh, can you stop off and get me a flipping a pad or something? I don't know why I went down this route with this conversation. And then you go, no. Then she's just going to make a mess and you can't, is she?
Oh, wow.
Matty, can you publicly apologise to Mick over the £800 and 40 hours that you ridiculed him about? No, Raf, I can't, Raf. I can't. Right, listen, this has happened behind the scenes in our WhatsApp group. Raf's one of our members. So was it last week, Raf? He done 800 quid in 40 hours. And we were talking the other week. He's on the Northwest, right? Listen, Mick. What I wanted to defend himself though, Raf done 340 quid of it on Saturday.
And?
Yeah, we've talked about this. We said it's going to be like food. You were talking about working the dead hours and all this crap.
Well, someone did it in Brighton and done it.
Brighton doesn't count. It's the south, innit? Everything's expensive in Brighton.
Brighton doesn't count.
I'm not having it. You all right, Bart? Get to work. Monday is super busy. Not. Yeah, mate. Well, it's 10 o'clock now, isn't it? It's the dead hours, mate.
Dead hours, isn't it?
So we're just loving life. We're all excited for Mick. Mick has been off the road for 3 weeks, Mick. 4 weeks? 3 weeks. Yeah. And that's why he's shaved all his hair, because he has gone even greyer. And, he's getting his car today, hopefully. Everyone got the fingers crossed while watching, please. Because, yes, he has got his car today, and he will not see his family all week, possibly, because he will be living in his car. Trying to do £800 and 40 hours.
What time are you getting it, Mick? I don't you know.
Waiting for a phone call, mate.
Right.
It's nice to the driver bringing it back, isn't it? And
I said to him, we should phone him up this morning and chase it up, but he just said, we'll get back, we'll just message as soon as it's in. So I'm guessing they've given the driver to bring the old car in, just flexibility sometime today. Do you know what I mean? Are you thirsty, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. Thirsty, Mark?
Yeah, but it's too fucking hot.
There he is. Hey, do you know what, right? On the last podcast, I went, thirsty, Mark? And Mick went, I've not got a coffee. I went, oh, well, where's the mug? He went, well, I'm not having juice in the mug. I went, so you've got coffee in? Mick's like, I'm not having juice in the mug, you psycho. Yeah. Oh, shocking. Saturday is the working week for 50% of the population. Yeah, Raf. Nah, I get you, mate. I get you. I do get you. I just think a lot of people have said, haven't they, can I replace my 9 for like...
Because we proved them wrong. That's what it is. He's imposing rules because he's been proved wrong.
Got to hold your hands up, mate.
No, he hasn't. Shut up. Shut your stupid face, Mick. Stupid shaved, clean face. Next will need a holiday next week, probably, mate. Have you seen that GIF where they're in the car and he's Pascal in it, and he's like that in the car? That's Mick in his automatic hybrid. Bear in mind, was it 5 years, Mick, of driving a diesel manual minibus? Was it 5 years? 4? Oh, because the one before it.
Yeah, I've been driving a diesel minibus since. Diesel manual minibus since.
Manual is the big one.
Probably about 2015.
10 years.
Wow. You've not drove a hybrid automatic car?
At all.
Mate, honestly. It'd be interesting. I can't wait to get his reaction next week. First week on Uber in the car. Honestly, it's eye-opening. One of the lads messaged me about electric cars, right? Because he's in a V-Class and he's possibly going into a Tesla and just doing normal. He's had enough of it and all that. And he tested over the, I think it was a Model 3 or a Model Y, and he was blown away. He said, I've never drove nothing like it. And I think that's obviously the electric cars drive better than the hybrids.
That's from an automatic V-Class.
Yeah. I promise you, mate, even going from the hybrid automatic to an electric, you notice the difference. Electric cars are unbelievable to drive. But yeah, going from like he's on a diesel automatic V-Class to an electric car, and he absolutely loved it. So you're going from a manual to a hybrid, you're going to love it, mate. It'll be interesting to see how your feedback is next week. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll start the... What do you say, Matt?
No, Mickey, come back and say it. Bloody hate it. I want me van back.
Do you know what? That could happen though, couldn't it? Hey, that could happen, couldn't it? You could have a week on it and go, oh, mate, don't you reckon? Do you reckon you'd be happy just doing... Because, hey, are you on comfort as well as... Because X can be quiet. Are you on comfort as well?
Well, the Kia Niro are comfort from 2014 onwards, but I've uploaded my docs and it's not showing yet.
It must be because you're not live. It must be because
it's because you're not done a job yet. As soon as you do a job, it might go live.
Yeah. The same thing with exec. Exec doesn't show up until you do a job or deactivate or whatever in your life. So yeah, I know it'd be sound now. So you'll have X and comfort, but you'll miss obviously XL. It'd be interesting to see how you find it, mate. And then just put your knee. We'll need some TLC after the Van Diesel manual. Brutal. Honestly, I can't. His face. He's gonna be happy, Mick, permanently on this podcast going forward.
I need to cut my left leg off, aren't I?
Yeah, it's going to feel so useless, mate. It's going to feel so useless.
You've got to count how many times you go for the clutch when it's not there.
Oh, 100%. He should be ghosting that, isn't he?
Driving with 2 feet. Left brake. Right.
Mate, it is. It's going to be... I can't believe how much eye-opening it's going to be, you know. It's going to be so funny. Right, where are we up to? I'm just going to get me that script up. Oh, listen. We've had some big news. Big news over the last week or two. I'm gonna keep one for the first half and one for the second half. So, listen. Car tax. We all knew it was coming, guys. We all knew it was coming. But there's a few new changes that's come out that's caused mayhem. And I think I'm trying to figure out how it's going to affect you. It's not going to affect Mick because he's obviously in a settle. And Mark, yours won't change either because you're on 190. Your car tax 190 a year. Yeah. So as of April 2025, EVs will be paying the 190 car tax, but also the luxury car tax. So when they brought out the new Model Y, that's going to be launching at the end of the year, the car tax on the Model Y is going to be £600 a year for 6 years. So even if you buy a 2-3-year-old Model Y in the future, you're still going to be paying £600 a year tax for like 2-3 years. And I just think that's a little bit crazy. The fact that as well, that you're paying the same tax as you would on a big diesel or like a Royals Royce Phantom or whatever, like a 4.2. And I just don't know why they've done the tax like that, to be honest. So I just want to see what your feedback is, kids. Good love you.
Well, no, it doesn't bother me. I'm in a settle.
That's true. But even if you're in your minibus, it would only be 190 a year still. Do you know what I mean? And Mark's is 190 a year. But I'm saying in 2-3 years, if you buy a car, it's going to affect us in 2-3 years, even if you buy second hand.
That Merc I had, that was £600 a year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I'm still saving £410 a year.
Yeah, but when you bought this Corolla, how old was the Corolla?
4 months old, 3 months old.
What did you buy it new?
About 4 months old.
Was yours a 24 plate?
Yeah, it was registered. It registered in whatever. I can't think when it was registered. When we registered, September, October.
I didn't know it was that new, mate. Well, listen, your 24 plate Corolla, right?
It's a 74 plate.
If you bought that next year, you'd be paying £600 a month car tax.
Hell. Good job I slipped it in there, isn't it?
£600 a year car tax, yeah. Honestly, it's just going forward. New car as well. If you're
any car registered after March this year, whenever it is, every car's going to be £600. Is that what you're saying?
If it's over 40 grand new, which most cars are. Do you know what I mean? But that's hybrids, that's electrics, that's big diesels. But the one thing that's a big shock, right, for the minibus drivers.
This year.
What are you saying, Mick?
600 for the first year.
No, so that's what I was just about to say to you, which is going to be hard for the big, massive diesel lovers and, buying a new V-Class and a new Ford Toneos. You can pay up to £5,200 for the first year of your car tax from you. And then after that, it's £600 for 5 years further on. Do you know what I mean? So if you buy an electric car, you pay £10 or naught for the first year of tax. So that's where all the money goes up and down on the car tax for the first year. And then after that, everyone pays the same. Doesn't matter what you're driving. But like the most inefficient cars will be paying like £5,300 tax for the first year in just car tax. And then it goes to the 600.
They're probably just going to stick that on your finance for you, aren't they?
I know. But like I said, if you're buying a 70, how much is a new Tornado now? It's like 60, 70 grand, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Then you've got to pay an extra 5 grand just for car tax. Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to pay £600 a year after that for the next 5 years.
Yeah, what you're looking at is the initial price wouldn't really. It is what it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, again, will he allow you to add it to a finance? I'm pretty sure finance companies will only finance it to the value of the vehicle.
I'm pretty sure they'll find a car dealers will find a way around it, so you don't have to.
If you bought for your car, yeah, you just adapt the price a bit.
Yeah, they'll because it'll just put everyone off buying, won't it? So they'll find a way around it that it'll be added onto the end of your policy or end of your finance or something along them lines. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're on a £5,000 down payment. I can't imagine. And then when they do, if they do that, I know you're paying extra still, but you don't really feel it, do you? Because it'll probably go up, 10, 20 quid a month?
Yeah. Nah, I get It's still so off-putting buying a new car. Because we lose enough as it is, don't you, with the VAT and everything since you drive off the showroom.
The biggest one is obviously going from 190 a year to 600 a year. Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest change.
Well, we're going for naught. EV cars going from naught to £600 a year.
You deserve it.
Don't use that, Mr. Hybrid Boy. Hey, come here with a little partial EV. I mean, what's happened? Elon are telling him that you've joined the dark side and gone into a petty hybrid.
Oh, is it?
What?
Not though, is it?
It is a hybrid. The Kia.
Still got an engine in it.
Still got a lucky battery in it.
There we go.
Hey, you have gone half cash for the cars, mate. That's what you've gone.
Yeah, I have to though, don't I?
Yeah, and then guess what'll happen in a couple more years? You'll be coming over to the dark side, baby. You'll be becoming an EV. You'll be like that. Oh, I'm a big fan. Like that with charging cables like that. Oh, I love it.
No.
In a few years' time, I'll be going, I love Elon.
100%. I reckon I could buy him a t-shirt. That's just I love Elon. I bet you any money. I bet you. Lad, it's happening. It's happening. We are gonna be. It's happening. Let me just go to the comments.
Ever buy a Tesla. Ever.
You little dirtbag. Bart, basically just wait 1 year and then buy a car. That is true. For the first year, you do miss out on a big lump sum for the first year, but you're still stuck with the 600 quid a year car tax for another 5 years. And it doesn't matter what you buy, which is the craziest one.
Yeah.
Hello, John. Hello, lads. Recently got my licence with Liverpool Council in December. Wanted to skip January due to being a bit dry on the taxis. Finding it a nightmare to get a Liverpool settle car. Oh, okay, John. So you'd have to it's just a full settle, or you're looking at like buying or whatever. Name some settle companies. Sorry, market. If Liverpool later, name some. Mick, what you looked at because you just got a Liverpool settle car, haven't you?
I just wait 3 weeks for one.
So Johnny waited for 3 weeks for one, and it was Liverpool Van Air, Berry Street. Who else did you try?
Pro settle, Aintree settle. Who's the other one I asked? But they all never had one, so it's pointless sending them there, isn't it? I mean, that was 3 weeks ago, so they might have something now.
Yeah.
Try Aintree settle cars. I got offered something from them, but I didn't take it.
Oh, was it a Focus or something? Was it a Focus?
Play folky, yeah.
Yeah. Morning, Martin. How are we, kiddo? Dealership used to add Guard X and other extras to finance. They will with the tax. So sound. Happy days. I don't think they'll add tax to the finance because they can't get that back from the defaults. Yeah. Like I said, we don't know how it's going to work yet. Maybe we'll find out next year. But I tested over Model Y last week and just to see what the ride was like. And then Tesla was phoning me after the thing. Oh, do you want to buy one, mate? Make sure you buy it before April. And then you save on the tax and all this. They were like pushing to make the sales before April. So I reckon they know that it's going to affect the trade and the new car sales. You know what, Mark? Because you haven't spoke yet, mate, for a bit. Is it worth getting into Uber part-time? Go, Mark.
Why not? Part-time? Yeah, I suppose so, as long as you don't rely on the money. If you've got another job, then probably, yeah, why not? Just to top up your weekly wage, I would say, yeah. Not full-time, though.
No.
But then there are full-time drivers out there, and they say it's all right. No, I think it's the area. Where area that person in? Where's...
That's a point. Are you in the touched or the untouched? That's what we need to know. The touched and the untouched, baby.
But, yeah, part-time, yeah. We've always said it's a part-time gig, don't we?
Top up and just pay for it. But the thing is, you can't settle on a part-time, and all your part-time earners are going to settle car. You'd have to plate your own car. That's dead cheap or whatever, can't you?
That's why I said, depending on what area, because if you're starting out on part-time in Sheffield, you need a car to register for the first time, 4 years or below.
Oh, God, yeah. So you've got a thingy. You'd have to settle if you're in places like Sheffield, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's a good point, because I always forget about that.
Yeah.
Because with us, I can go and buy a flipping 8-year-old car.
So what's London there? London, you can register a car at any age, can't you? London.
Well, London, EV only, London now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. EV only in London.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
No,
Where am I?
Yeah.
Where am I doing?
Hey, listen, you think that's funny, mate? It'll be coming up here soon. So you'd have to sell your Corolla and go with EV if you want to carry on working for Uber.
Well, I had this conversation with my wife earlier. I said I'm going to have this car now for about 3 or 4 years, and when I'm done, I will get an electric car. Hopefully, they'll have a lot. They will eventually. Hopefully, they're going to have a longer range vehicle for me. That's the only reason why I've not got an electric now, because of the miles I do. I don't want to do an AZ and pull up and pay Do you know what I mean?
Half a charge of prices. Yeah. I'm a bit too EV. Look, Mick's bailed now. Look, Mick's had enough. Hey, both on EVs. He's gone now. He's gone forever.
It's because we've talked about electric cars.
I can't believe you've
There
said.
he is.
I can't believe you said part time, yeah, and full time, no. I don't get that.
No, that's why I said. That's why I said some people do full time Uber, don't they? And they're all right with it. But he's asking, would you do it part time? And I was saying, if you've got a job, then yeah, it's fine doing part time. But I wouldn't quit a 30, 40 grand job to do it full time in taxis. I just wouldn't do it.
Oh no.
But for a bit of controversy, right? And Mick can obviously go ahead on this, which is very true as well. Just going on the same subject. We'll go back to the comments further up, guys. Bart put overheads are too high to be part-time, in my opinion. We've talked about this in the past. Do you know what I mean? How much part-time work would you have to work to replace your expenses of the taxis?
If you've got a car already and you can register that car and that car doesn't owe you anything, then yeah, you can. But if you have to go out and get a car for the job, I'll say no. Doing it part-time.
Yeah. Okay, so just say Mick's got a Kia Niro as his personal car, and he's I don't know, works at Burger King, right? I don't know why that comes to me, by the way. And then he wants to go and plate his
Niro up.
Kia Niro.
Yep.
He already owns it. He's got the finance on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can kind of get that. And then the insurance goes up a bit and stuff like that for top-ups. We've said this a billion times, but it's very situational, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I know lads who are the sole income for the house on full-time Uber. Sole income of the house, the wife doesn't work, they've got kids, and they are living in the car. They cannot make ends meet. Where we've got guys now, WhatsApp group having me, who is part-time or semi-retired, and he loves it, gets him out the house, earns a little bit of extra money, tops up his pension. Brilliant. And I reckon it is very, very situational. Do you know what I mean? But as an example, one of the lads this week got an insurance quote, and his insurance quote was 17 grand for the year. Now, he's got it down by shopping around to nearly 4 grand. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot. That's a lot. And that was just to go back to that comment of insurance, mate. Trying to find it is literally, you shop around, mate, but the taxi insurance is very, very expensive, mate. Very expensive.
I'm trying to think, when I started 12 years ago, I'm sure my insurance was about £125 a week when I started. And that with Acorn, I think it was.
Really, yeah? 125 a week?
125 a week, yeah.
That's only 200 a month.
But that was 12 years ago, and it was like, so what's that work out? 500 a month?
500 a month.
5 grand a year? I'm sure it was.
270 on the minibus a month.
How much?
What was yours?
270 a month.
A month?
That's with 4 years no claims.
Is it, yeah?
So what happens now with you settling, Mick? Because the no claims only last for 2 years, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, you can go back 2 years. In your third year, you start from scratch, don't you?
Is that for taxi no claims, or is that for private no claims?
I think it's both. I think it's both.
Is it?
I'm 95% sure. I know someone who had it, and he had it for 3 years. And when he went back, who were renting, and he went back to bought a car. They went to this insurance, and they said, "How many no claims have you got?" And he said something like 6 or 7 or something like that. And then they said, "Oh, we need proof from your old insurance." And then he got in contact with him, and they said, "Well, now the lapse after 2 years."
It's it's just a joke how it's going. You know, they expect everything's going up. It's just like getting ridiculous now. All the car taxes going up, the insurance is going up.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Looking for a job at the minute, as I won't be renewing my license this summer. Not sustainable doing the job full time with all the expenses and tax. Fair play, Jamie. All the best to you, mate. London isn't EV only. I thought there was starting 2025, all new registered cars going to Uber will be EV only. I might be wrong. It might be 2030, I'm sorry. I'm sure I've seen Ubers going EV only. Morning, lads. Hope you had a good weekend. We sure did, matey. You all right, lads? Any tips on tax insurance? Just shop about, bud. Alright, lads. Just about this, and I'm thinking of starting Uber part-time, like. It's just because you said right, like. Hey, is that not... Sean, are you up the northeast? Please, God, say yes. Alright, lads. just about this is about thinking about starting part-time, like. It just depends, Sean, mate, of your situation. It's very situational. Works for some, not for others. Yeah, insurance, dead expensive. Keep away from insure. Is that where it was, Raf? London isn't EV only. The new driver's only green now. EV only from April 25. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Only green is now EV only from April 2025. It's the only job I know where you have to pay to go to work. £400 a month currently insurance. That's a lot. 1,700. Yeah. Oh my god, the comments of today are just crazy, aren't they? Get a lot of complaints from foreign drivers who can
17,000.
barely speak English. What?
Raf, is it? He's put 17,500 renewal on insure. 17,000.
Yeah. That's what I said to you before. Yeah. His quote was, what was your quote, Raf? It was 1,600 for the month, wasn't it?
What was that on? What car
What was he doing? Was he doing Uber helicopter or something?
Hey, sit down, you ready? Ford Cougar.
3 litre tank.
Raf said, how many £3.70 jobs do we need to do to pay off my insurance?
Hell.
I'm going to try and scan for these comments, guys. There's another 20 comments. I'm just going to blitz through them. Richard, get an accountant, kid. £5,000 insurance is crazy. Where's the invite to the WhatsApp? Boys, Carl, you got to join the YouTube membership and then the instructions to join it in there, mate. You should be able to link on the comments so the YouTube you can join the membership. Max, no claim, still over 1K. Oh my God, the comments today, guys. We might have to skip a few. Sorry, guys. I'm on £3,000 in a minute. Good morning, friends. Wigan might be cheaper to move. Fortunately, that went in's a good wage. Like, yeah, there you go, Sean. Yeah. So you should be all right then. Oh, Wigan. Ooh, all right, mate. Pie and chips. I'm on it. Ooh, all right. I thought it was North East. It's actually Wigan, isn't it? Renting now £200 a week, including insurance. More and more it goes, right? Means you might agree with me, and Mick, you just gone into a settle. Is it more and more heading into settle is more beneficial than owning?
Yep, I think so.
We're just moving on in the trade.
It's like Carl in the WhatsApp group. Carl in the WhatsApp group. He's joining taxis, isn't he, this year?
Yeah.
And he's been like he's messaging the thing about these cars, and like I says, you're better off just renting for the first year because one, you're paying X amount of money at our comer insurance, and then at least you know what you're doing with it. Do you know what I mean? And then you can save up and get them cars for, unless you can.
I think by the time, if you're going to stick money away as well for your maintenance on your own car, I think you probably what you get out of it, you get to sell it at the end and get a little bit of a.
The only way you can save money when you sell your car is sell it to another taxi driver, isn't it?
Yeah. That's how I save my life with the bus. Otherwise, I couldn't have done it. Yeah. But that's the thing. If you think about a settle, Mick, you know exactly how much you're paying out. It may be increased amounts, but you're paying out. You're paying just say £1,000 a month, aren't you, to the settle company? That's in insurance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the lads in the minibus is paying £800 a month insurance. That's not even including his car. Do you know what I mean? I'm paying £900 a month for my finance and insurance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But all the responsibilities, me. Do you know what I mean? So more and more we're going into this. Car tax increase, car insurance increase, the depreciation on our vehicles. We can't sell them because they're plated. The list is endless now. Where I think going into 2025, even though it might be more expensive up front, you're just not dealing with half the hassle. Do you know what I mean? And I think Mick's right going into a settle car going forward. I really do. Do you know what I mean? Because all these settle companies buying these brand new cars are settle out. They're paying the high first year tax bill, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're paying £600 a year car tax, stupid insurance, and then you're just paying the fixed a week. And
when you think about it, when they're buying these new cars like that and they haven't got much maintenance on them, they can afford to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got all that settle income coming in every week. Like someone told me that with Will Van Ayer, I've got 900 cars on the road. Work that out, £250 a week.
Well, it's £1,000 a month, isn't it? So it's £900 a month.
So, how much? 200 what a month? Up 200 what a week?
And all that, but
it's £1,000 a month. It's best part of £1,000 a month for 900 cars.
What is?
Hey, Carl's after £199, can I?
What's a grand a week?
I don't think that's a membership, though, mate. What's that?
What is it? They've got 900 cars at how much a month? How much a week?
250.
Yeah,
That's 225 grand a week.
yeah. Just shy of a mil a month.
A mil a month.
And they're making you wait 3 weeks, mate. Should have gotten to buying a brand spanker on them when you went in. Hey, throw me a car, big dogs. Nah, mate.
What age do they take them off and all?
That's just the turnover, isn't it?
2-3 years. Oh yeah, I was going to say to you, mates, their turnover will be nuts. Like honestly, their expenses are going to be crazy. But they got their own on-site garage. They do all the valentines themselves. They got a great business, Liverpool Van. I've known them for a while. I used to settle off them before I bought, and I thought they were a great company. But yeah, it's a very gambling country. It's a very gambling one, though, isn't it? Because like if 10 of his cars or 20 of his cars blow up next month, it's a big overhead, isn't it? Right, listen, what I'll do is, just in case, let's go through the comments, guys. Right, live has just put Mick. Is your new settle? Mick's settling, by the way, starting hopefully today. What's your settle, Mick? Is it 12 months or is it month by month?
You've got to. Every company now, if you take a settle on, they expect you to have it for at least 3 months, don't they?
Oh, it's a 3-month minimum now, yeah.
So is it 3 months and then monthly?
Yeah. So anything, if you take one off a settle now, you've got to agree for the 3 months.
What happens when you want to give your car back? Do you have to give a week's notice?
After 3 months, you can give it back. Do you know what I mean?
On the day, say that's it, me done, or do you have to give a week's notice?
It's probably a week's notice, isn't it? Or
right,
3 weeks
Yeah,
notice.
to be some type of rule.
I haven't read any terms and conditions or rental policy or anything agreements yet until I go down and take the car. Do you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, it's either a week or 2 weeks notice, and a minimum of 3 months, isn't it?
You know what though? One thing I will point out, this is like a rumour, but I've been told by loads of people how true it is that they all have a shared network of like, say, just call it a WhatsApp group, all the companies, and if you burn your bridges with one or you mess one about, they all share the information so you can't get settled elsewhere.
all right.
So if you are settling, make sure you're looking after the car.
Be a good boy, please.
Yeah, no, because I'll just say Mick messes them about and next week throws the car back. You know what I mean? Let's say like a dinged panel, and you go, jog on, lad. You have that car back, it's crap. Then he'll go on a little crap list then. And then obviously you probably won't get another settle car.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay's put, settle's so much more convenient. Don't have to service, insure, maintain, compliance, tax, repair. I only pay £100 more a month to rent. And you don't have to worry about anything. That's a valid point, Jay. The higher the overheads, the more you will live in your car. To a certain degree, Bart, because a lot of people who just have their own car, they don't actually like comprehend how much overheads they are over the 12 months. Like the repair here, the 1,500 quid here, they just don't know where until you break it all down. It's not always as cheap as you can get lucky, and you can have a flawless car and stuff like that. It can be dead cheap to run, or you can be very unlucky. And I know lads who are on both ends of that scale, by the way. Do Delta settle their own cars on top of the set and how much their money, wasn't it? Yeah, so Delta has their own settle cars with their own built-in commission and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Part-time, you definitely have your own car. Like what Mark said before, if you plate your car, but the car doesn't know you're not and it's your car, it's just sat in the driveway of an evening, get it plated, yet you will lose on depreciation and stuff like that, and your insurance will go up a bit, but that's not too bad. But you wouldn't go and settle a 250 quid car and you're working weekends. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, quite flexible, isn't it, Mick? Yeah, quite good. Quite good with the settle company now. Oh.
Lovely. Lovely and jubbly.
Lovely job, lad. Right, listen. Talking about cars. Mine broke last week, didn't it?
Oh, bloody hell.
Listen. It was very worrying. It was very worrying. I was stressed. I was worried. I phoned you all up crying at night. Right, so I went out and the car was leaking water. Now, if you don't know, if you never watched any of my stuff before, I've got an electric car. So A, water doesn't mix with electric, and B, it should not be leaking water. But what I found out, which with a YouTube, I was going to put it into Tesla to get it looked at, and YouTubed it. And I was like, put me mechanic head on, by the way, which does not exist. I'm awful with that type of stuff. And I accessed the water jet fluid, and it was as simple as that. A hose popped off, and I connected it, and it worked again. So unfortunately, you all know a little update. My car was broke, but it was a quick and easy fix.
What about
Thanks
the
to
other fault?
YouTube. And what?
What about the other fault? You're going to talk about that or no?
What for, mate?
Your suspension thing.
Yeah, but it goes after it.
But it shouldn't be doing that though, should it? Don't buy Tesla.
It goes like that, but as long as it goes like that, I'm a happy chappy, do you know what I mean? Taylor, thank you for joining the sub on TikTok. I'll get you your comments in 2 secs. Thank you, Taylor. But yeah, honestly, so what's happening with the suspension? I've had a leak more or less since I've had the car, and then the air compressors blew last couple of months ago, and it stopped going. So I got the new compressor fitted. So now it goes back up again. But yeah, I've still got a slow leak. But I've looked online and I've read loads that now I've got a new compressor last year. It will still last me a good while. So even though the car raises up like a bouncy castle every time I get in it,
are you going to tell them all that you sent videos in the WhatsApp group with you on your hands and knees spraying your suspension? Fucking, I can't see any bubbles.
Yeah, I was trying to find the bubbles, lad. That's what you fairly liquid water bottle. I was like that desperate to find where the leak was, but I couldn't find one. But like I said, I could leave the car overnight, 24 hours, and it literally drop half an inch. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like dropping to the wheel. So it is a very, very, very small leak. So I'm not too stressed. Do you know what I mean? Taylor on TikTok looking for drivers with 3 years experience. We'll take a 3-day course for contract jobs. Struggling to find many in Liverpool. You're looking for drivers to take a 3-day course for contract jobs. Cool. Was that licensed work as well, Taylor, or what? Let me just go over to YouTube comments. Sorry. Article came out a few days ago. Uber CEO says drivers have 10 years left before they'll be replaced by AI is taking over. I'm actually doing a news article on that today, mate, as well. Giving my, obviously, input on that. But that will be nuts. Also, there's a new AI company. I won't bring it up too much because I want to bring it up in the next podcast. It's for next week's content. And it's there's a new AI company in London's launched. And it's complete AI. No human interaction. Self-learning cars. More on that next week, guys. DM News, go check it out. I think the boot space is small on the new cars. A lot of them, mate, yeah. Because they're trying to maximise efficiency and everything else, aren't they? Are the Teslas heavy cars? Matty, the speed bumps around Liverpool can't be good for this Tesla suspension. Are they heavier than combustion? Yeah. So the Teslas are very, very heavy, but my car's got air suspension, so that's why it's a softer ride. But that's why it goes. But the Model 3 and the Model Y, I've got coils, which is a very hard ride, which I found out on my test drive. The videos will be going live this week or last week, depending on when this comes out. And I went and test drove the Model Y, and I've done a video on how it compares to the Model S. So go check them out, guys. He doesn't go on any of the side streets because he doesn't do any taxiing anymore. Full-time content creator now. Listen, Raf. Hey, listen, lad.
He's not wrong.
I still do flipping taxi work, but it's just not all the time. I still do airports and that and transfers. I think the last time I worked Uber was like properly like the beginning of December. To be honest.
Or lazy.
What?
It's just pure lazy.
No, it's not, mate. It's maximising my time because if I don't go out and work Uber, I can come and do articles here. I can build content here and build up all my other stuff.
Yeah, lazy.
Do you know what I mean? So, Raf, stop doing me dirty, lad. I've got to be nice to Raf. He's one of my members. Thanks, Raf. Mick, did you get your car back today? Or are you going out tonight?
Yeah. Don't be much though, because I've got my daughters. I've got a meeting with my daughter's dance, and then I've got to pick her up from dance. So basically, she's in dance at 4:45. We've got a meeting in there at 6:00, and then I've got to pick her up at 8:00. So
you're just going to start working tomorrow?
Most likely, but I'm thinking of doing hopefully I get my car. I was hoping midday, 1 o'clock, do a couple of hours before I pick her up from school. Drop her off at 4:45, maybe do an hour there, and then start fresh tomorrow.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to try and focus more on this weekend? Oh, you can't. You can't make this weekend because the dance comp, can you?
No, it'll be. The reason why I said let's get the podcast out the way today as well was because I can work all week then
Start getting work done. And what are you going to do? Do you reckon this week you're going to just mainly just break even really this week and try and salvage this week, and then next week start a full fresh? Because you've got the dance comp at the weekend, haven't you? You're busy with the kids this week. You only really have Monday to Friday, won't you?
I'm just looking now. I'm already breaking even with the privates I've got booked in for this week.
Oh God, yeah, forgot. Yeah, you still got loads of bits of car work coming for you for this week yourself personally.
Yeah.
So you're just going to Uber around your bits and bobs.
Yeah. I've got 4 booked in.
So happy days, so it's tops up then, isn't it? And you just go to top ups around Uber, innit?
Basically pay. Yeah, but with the work that I've got booked in, works in with the hours that I'm going to be working on Uber.